the questions to keep myself aligned. Waste away the hours doing what I should, knowing that my soul tells me it's not for my own good.
So we talked about the first phase of intention being creativity, the second phase of intention being kindness, and the third phase of intention is love. Okay, so when we think about creation, right, the universe, source, whatever you want to call that energy, I mean, it is love. It created us, right? We can't come from a place of hate. A place of hate would never have done all this. Like, it just wouldn't have happened. So we've come from a place of love. And let's talk about the different, like a couple of different kinds of love, right? So Eric Franz talked about a infantile love. And what an infantile love is it follows the principle that says, I love because I am loved. I love because I am loved. All right. But a mature spiritual love says, I am loved because I love. Right? So the infantile one says, I love because I am loved. And the mature spiritual love says, I am loved because I love. All right? So the difference being, I attract a love into my life. Love is not, I don't attract love in my life because it's something that I give. Right? Because, I don't give love because I get love. Right? So somebody gives me love, so I love them back. Like, that's not the love that we're talking about. We're talking about a love that says, I am loving, and because I love, I am loved. Okay? So that's more what we're talking about here, which is super cool. So love is inside everybody. It's inside everybody, even when they can't find it, right? It is inside every single person. All right. So how is it inside every single person? Because that's what we were made of. That's what we came from, right? Even the people that love is even in the people who have been lost, right? There's people that have been lost. We see drug addicts. We see people who are committing heinous crimes on others, okay? Even every part of them is filled with love. They just don't know it. They can't feel it. It's lost to them at this moment, but it's there, okay? It's not like they were born without it. They have it. They just don't know that they have it, all right? The only way that you cannot have access to the field of intention is by believing that you are unworthy. So if you think that you're not worthy of love, if you feel that, and it's huge, like, we can turn around and say, of course I'm worthy of love, but most people, a lot of people, they feel unworthy. They have low self-esteem, right? If you have low self-esteem and you feel unworthy, right? Then how is it possible that you can feel love for yourself and understand the love that you have within you, right? So it's really about being understanding of what's going on, okay? So I'm going to tell, this is an example of an intention that you can put out there, right? So in this field of intention, it is my intention to respect myself at all times. It is my intention to respect myself at all times. Okay? However, most people, they see the world as a very not great place, a place that's full of hate and hurt and a lot of that sort of negativity. But really, how we see the world is how we see ourselves. How we see the world is really a reflection of how we see ourselves. So think about that for a second. Think about when you think about the world and the way that it is, do you see the love in the world? mean, we can't help but see that there's other things going on, but do you look at the world and feel a sense of love and compassion and kindness and see the creation? Or do you look at the world and see hate and hurt and loss? Just a feeling of being lost. So if you see the hate and the hurt and that everyone's lost, think about, what do you feel about yourself? I would pretty much wager it's exactly the same if you're honest with yourself. Okay? When you change your energy, everything around you changes. When you change your energy, everything around you changes. You can see this. I got this little diva light thing. You can see it in my glasses. When you change your energy, everything around you changes. Okay, so like when I work with people and we start working on all of the multi-levels of them, and everything in them starts to change and their viewpoints start to change and things start to change, everything in their life changes. And that's honestly one of the biggest rewards of what I do, is when they come in and they all of a sudden, that person that came in and felt very lost about their situation, and sessions later they are like looking at life in a very different way. It's amazing, and how people are treating them and how people, like all of that changes. Everything changes, right? And it's amazing. So when you change your energy, everything around you changes. Wayne Dyer says, when you change the way you look at things, the things that you look at change. When you change the way that you look at things, the things that you look at change. Okay? So when you change your energy, and I always say to my clients, when you change your energy, everything in your life will change. And, when I was going through Wayne Dyer's book, I found this quote that he says, when you change the way that you look at things, the things that you look at change. Okay? Good morning, Darren. So this statement of when you change the way that you look at things, everything around you will change, has been proven in quantum physics. Good morning, Jessica. Has been proven in quantum physics. Okay? Are you seeing yourself as perfect in every moment? As something that is perfectly created in source? Are you seeing yourself as perfect in every moment? Right? Something that is created perfectly in source. Most of us focus on our flaws. Source doesn't create flaws. Those flaws, those things that you believe in yourself are flaws, are just that. They're beliefs. They've been put there by social media, by different beliefs and different outlets and different ways that we hear things of how we are supposed to look and how we are supposed to be. And who decides that? Right? Who decides that? Yes, that is from his book, The Power of Intention. Just answering a question here from Jessica. Yes, that is the book from Power of Intention. So who decides what's perfect and what's not? Somebody who's writing a magazine or selling some fashion something, or a diet or whatever. Is that who decides? Right? Source doesn't make mistakes. Creation does not make mistakes. The decision is, though, do we stand in at power of source, or do we turn our backs to it and live with ego? Okay? And with a lot of negative self-limiting beliefs. All right? So that is a choice that we make. So are you seeing yourself as perfect in every moment, something that is perfectly created by source, or not? Okay? This is a really great affirmation too, also from Wayne Dyer, and it's, I am always deserving of respect. Okay, I am always deserving of respect. Okay, not like you walk around saying you must respect me, because that's ego. Somebody in my life, somebody who played a big part in my life when I was a child, and we no longer talk in this moment, and I can't really tell you who that is right now. But I remember, I guess he got the concept that, really what's flowing inside of us, most people might call that God, right? That God energy, that God source. And I'm trying not to be religious here. I'm more on the spiritual side. So that God source. Okay. So he got a wind of that, but instead of saying, you know, I am good. I have this wonderful godly energy in me. I am God. I am good. Because we all have God in us, that energy in us. Instead, it was like, you need to respect me because I am God. I'm like, what? Like, what does that even mean? Right? Because of the message, the words are correct, but the delivery system was complete ego. How can you be God and I not be God? How can you be source and I'm not source? Right? We all are. Right? So that was, I found very interesting. It doesn't matter who you are, a drug addict, a murderer, a terrorist, a priest, if you're Gandhi, it doesn't matter. Everyone comes from this source. Even those who are so lost, even the ones that wake up in the morning from a night of doing horrible things for them, sleeping in their own vomit, those that are sleeping on the streets, people who do heinous crimes to each other, we are all from the same place. The decisions that we make, the choices that we make, though, decide whether we are standing in source or whether we're standing in, whether we're lost, we've turned our back. So even those that look like they are beyond what could possibly ever be salvaged. Okay, so all of those people are still in source. They all have as much God love or source love or creation love, whatever you want to call it, universal love inside them as you and I do, as Gandhi does, as a priest does, as Wayne Dyer did before he transitioned, even now. Okay, that energy is still out there. So we all have it. It's not like I have it, you don't, because you're a drug addict and you wake up in your own vomit. Like that's not so at all. So the thing that keeps us from love is our belief of our unworthiness to receive it. Okay, so the only thing that keeps us from love is our belief that we are unworthy to receive it. Good morning, Helen and Rita. It's not source that decides who's worthy. So God, energy, source. I use all these words because I don't want to sound like, you know, I'm just like God, 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 Allah, 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 right? So it's just like, you know, these are all the words that we use, okay? And it's not that energy that decides you're worthy and you're worthy and you're worthy, but you're not and you're not and you're not and you're not. Okay? That's not how it works. All right? We decide ourselves if we feel that we are worthy of that or not. Okay? When you are connected, you can create anything that you want, including the healing of your body, attracting abundance, whatever it is that you desire. Right? So I know that there's people in this group that I have worked with. Now think about it. When you connected to that energy, when we did that work and you connected to that energy, how fast did your body heal? How fast was the healing that happened and how permanent has it been? So that's what you have to think about. We have the power to move mountains. We just think we don't. We just think we don't because we don't feel that we would be worthy enough. Like, who am I to move a mountain? Who are you not to be? Who are you not to move that mountain? Right? So you are connected and you have these faces of intention that I'm talking about, that you attract allies that you connect to. So when you connect to those energies, you also bring into your life the things that will help you get the things that you desire. These people will show up in your life, okay? It's just synchronicity, right? It's synchronicity. I had been talking about how I hired this marketing company, and it's turned out that, you know, they did some things for me, but not really what I wanted. And I reached out to an old friend of mine who also does marketing, but that's not why I reached out to her. And it turns out that there was this really great group that was being subsidized by huge corporations that was helping small companies, and we're going to pay 90% of their marketing. So this woman who actually charges $1,000 an hour, I am getting her services for $100 an hour. And because there was one spot left, when I just reached out to say, hey, how'd you do place? Do you like it? And there was one spot left and she offered it to me. Synchronicity, right? Everything is synchronicity. What you can conceive, you will attract. What you need to, you will attract what you need to have your desire. This is called synchronistic intervention, right? Synchronistic intervention. What you need, you will attract. You just need to stand in the power of your intention. So here's some steps. You like me, like steps and challenges. Here we go. So here's an affirmation. It is my intention to respect myself at all times and to be in the harmony and to be in harmony with love. It is my intention to respect myself at all times and to be in harmony with love. Okay? So that's one affirmation that you could say to yourself if you chose to. Another one, which is a really great inner mantra that Wayne Dyer that you used to use a lot, and say over and over to yourself, is I am whole and perfect as I was created. I am as whole and perfect as I was created. I am whole and perfect as I was created. Okay? There are no mistakes. There's no mistakes. Okay? So we all have this loving pulling power to pull what we desire to us. We just don't feel that we are worthy, or we just like, it's easier to say, I don't know how to do that. I can't do that, than to stand in your own creation that created you and say, yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. Right? You can do anything. You can do anything. Okay? There is no place that source is not. It doesn't even matter. Like, you know, if you were building a car, right, and you take these minerals and you turn them into engines and carburetors and different engine parts and different things to make this car run, and the body of the car and all that stuff, like all these minerals came from here, this planet, from source. And they are all filled with this creation. It doesn't matter how much you twist them and turn them and make them into something else. They are still filled with this energy. Okay? So we are all, it's in everything. It is in everything. The only difference is perhaps our awareness. Okay? Meaning, you know, humans are probably more aware than a piece of metal. Okay? But, you know, than a carrot. But it is in everything. All right? So I respect and love all of life. I respect and love all of life. All right. This is another thing that you can say. So how are you looking at life? Challenge yourself to look past that and see. Oh, so when you look at people, sorry, I just wrote a really quick note at 4 a.m. this morning. Sorry. Don't just see their initial face. So when you walk up to someone and you see them, and maybe somebody that you know already or a stranger, try to look past who they are and what they represent and what they look like. All right? Move more into, if you could almost see their soul, see their spirit, see past what you see. Do you understand what I'm saying? Look further than what you see. Look further than their poverty. Look further than their wealth. Look further than what you see. Look further than their facial features. Look further than what you see. Okay, try to look further than what you see. So spend some time as you're walking around today and every day, and as you see these people, different people, look further than what you can see. All right? See past their stuff. See them, their inner being, who they are. Okay? And don't forget to always give gratitude from where, to source and to energy and to where you came from. Every single person is a child of this energy. Every single person is a child of this energy. So there is no evil. Rather, it is, okay, so this was really cool. So I was thinking about the word evil as I was driving yesterday. So I'm thinking about the word evil, which is, we all know is if you turn it backwards, it's live, right? The word evil backwards is live. And I thought that was really interesting. So if we choose to live our lives in energy, in source, connected, away from ego, then we are living. And then the word starts with L, right? So love. Live starts with L, love. But if we choose to live with ego, then we take that live, and we flip it backwards and it becomes evil, which also starts with the letter E, right? So interesting. I don't know if that was done on purpose at some point when they created the word evil and live. I don't know, but it was just kind of a really neat, I found it was the first time I really looked at those words in that way was yesterday while I was driving, and I was like, okay, that's kind of cool, right? So evil, live, and ego starts with E, like evil, and live starts with L, like love. And I was like, okay, that's kind of an interesting concept. So God did not create evil. A place of love does not create evil. That is a choice that we make. We choose our path. We choose what we want to do all the time. So we're making choices. And if we choose to live in what is called evil, that is our choice. And if we choose to live in love, then that's a choice too. So you're moving forwards with source, or you are moving away from it, or you are just standing still. Like, I mean, these are your options, right? So you're either moving towards it or you're moving away from it. You need to decide which way you want to go. You're at a fork in a road, basically. You're at this fork, right? If you're listening to me, if you're, you continue to watch the stuff that I'm saying, then maybe it's resonating with you. And you know what? You're at a fork in the road. Do you want to walk one way and walk towards love and source and who you are inside, not what you see in the mirror? Or do you want to walk, away towards ego? That's your choices. These are your choices. There's no other options here, right? So you need to make some choices in your life. Unfortunately, most people take the way of ego, right? And it's funny because there's that poem, The Road Less Traveled By, right? That just kind of popped into my head. So the road less traveled by. Most, you need to take the road less traveled by, because most people are on that other road, and that other road is leading them into a place of not feeling satisfied or perfect or unfulfilled in their world. Okay? So where there is hatred, let me bring love. Where there is hatred, let me bring love. And Maslow said the highest place that you can get to is simply by saying, I belong. I belong. Two words that people have a real hard time with. Most people feel like they don't belong, right? But I belong. And not in a kind of like, me, I belong and you don't. So not like that. Like, I belong. And everybody has the capacity to belong. It's just in, again, the road that you choose to take. That sense of belonging. I respect myself, I belong. I respect myself and I belong. So that's a really great sort of inner mantra as well. Like, I respect myself and I belong. You say, and say this from a place of love and not a place of ego, right? There's no reason for me or you not to be here. There is no reason for any of us not to be here. There's no reason. Okay, so some people say, I don't know why I'm here. There's a reason why you're here. It wasn't an accident that you just happened to be here, So I hear that a lot. I don't even know why I'm alive. I don't know why I'm here. Choose the road less traveled by, and you'll start to find out why you're here. Okay? There is nothing about me or about you that isn't perfect or divine, because we came from the source that created everything, and source makes no mistakes. So that is also a quote from Wayne Dyer. There is nothing about me or about you that isn't perfect or divine, because we came from the place of source that created everything, and source makes no mistakes. How many of this world's population don't believe that? Right? How many people don't believe that? And the other really cool thing is you are never alone. If you understand that you have source energy running through you, every fiber of your being is made of it, then you are never alone. You know, we have guides, we have angels, we have people that are with us that have transitioned, and we have this amazing energy inside of us, and all of that is energy from the same thing. Those angels, those guides, those people that have transitioned, everything is from this wonderful energy. We are not alone, and we are all connected to each other in that collective consciousness, in energy, in that, through that universe. We are not alone. You are never alone, ever. And if you choose to feel alone, this is a choice, because you stand with ego, and you need to take another way. You need to make another way, some other choices, because you are not alone. You are never, never, never alone. So just some thoughts about love this morning. So I'm just going to go over this one thing, and I want to thank you guys for coming so early this morning. I had to, like I said, I got to go get my tires changed, and I wanted to make sure that I got this out there today. So that infantile love follows the principle. And I'm just going to end on this and just really think about what side of love are you at here. Infantile love follows the principle. I love because I am loved. I love because I am loved. Mature spiritual love says, I am loved because I love. I am loved because I love. So one is, I love because I am loved. So I love in response to love. So somebody loves me, so I love them back in response. Or the mature spiritual love is, I am loved because I love. Right? I am loved because I love. So I choose to stay. My choice is to stay with the mature spiritual love. I am loved because I love. Make a choice, right? Make a choice. So have a fantastic day today. I will be in the next about 15 days, sort of on road trips and stuff. And I'm going to be in the States and just driving around a lot. So, I will be on and off. You are going to see me actually probably a lot more talking about a bunch of stuff while I'm driving. I've actually got this thing on my car where I can just chit chat and it can see me and I can still drive. So that's going to be kind of cool. You can join me on my road trip, and I will talk to y'all soon, and have a fantastic day, and love yourself, love others, and bring love into your life because you love. Right? Love because I love, right? So I will talk to you later. Have a fantastic day. Bye. Thanks for joining me.
Look at my reflection in the mirror. I see that it's not the person who lives inside of me. Done with all the fear and doubts, the negativity. I'm shedding all the crap right now. I'm stepping